Morning. Day 8, May 14th. Had a good night. A little wind picked up, but lucky for me, my lean-to was pointing the right way. My spot was a little bit on a slope, which made for some acrobatics in the middle of the night, but I'll have to be more careful with that, especially if we have rain coming and whatnot. But overall, I slept warm. I'm sure it got down below 10 degrees Celsius, but yeah, everything worked like a charm, so crack on. I'll show you the surroundings. It's about 7:30. Sun's well and up. Nice little hardwood forest, just waiting for things to dry out a bit. And then I'll be on my way. Stony Creek today. See if I can pick up a few things there, namely a hot coffee. I am going stoveless, so there's some things I truly miss. But yeah, leg feels good. We'll just carry on. Well, I basically slept in the mud last night. And a couple minutes up the trail, this is what there is. Perfect. Although, I have to put up with this, unfortunately. Well, I'm at the New Mountain Road Access Trail, and I think I'm gonna jump into town before I continue. I don't know how far it is, but there's a few restaurants, or I'd like to grab some fresh water, some drinks, maybe a little bite for the road. The water supply is not very good along this trail from Niagara, and I don't think you have to bring like a big sawyer. Even like one of those little mini sawyers would do fine, because it would be just for emergency, because whatever supply I saw, I don't know. You know, if you ran out, well, you know, I'd chance it, but really, you know, like short of carrying it, I don't know. Your call. Okay, let's see. Well, that wasn't bad at all. You end up at a pizza place, some type of Japanese, or I don't even know if it's open. And then the little town's right there, so it's a perfect get off. Okay, let's go supply. Just came back up the hill, a little bit out of breath, but well worth it. Went to Tim Hortons, got my fix, grabbed one of their little sandwiches. Believe it or not, there wasn't one outlet in the whole place that you could plug into, but anyways, got 2 liters of water, and I tanked up on a Gatorade and a big old bag of Cheetos. So I have set my priorities. Okay, off to the Devil's Punch Bowl. It was one of my haunts, one of my hangouts when I was a kid. 10-year-old walking down the tracks by themselves, and I'll tell you the stories about why I'm going back there. Okay, see you in a bit. This is the famous Devil's Punch Bowl that I used to frequent as a 10-year-old. It's changed quite a bit. There used to be rock fall in front, and they would tell us that it fell in and it fell on top of the devil. That's how it got its name. And then somewhere on the mountain there was a cross. I guess it was supposed to protect us. That was worth the the little side trip. Only took about 10 minutes or so. One or two sketchy places, but wow, brought back some memories. I was laughing with a couple that was there and saying we used to go there as 10-year-olds, and in this day and age, you know, they're still in strollers. So, but I don't think there were any safer times, but yeah, that's the way we've chosen to raise our kids now, in a bubble, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, maybe the fact that we have less kids makes us more protective. Maybe back there, if you had a couple dozen, you know, one or two, well, that was origin of the species, I guess. Anyways, I'll continue down the trail, but it definitely brought back some pretty cool memories later. Well, leaving Stony Creek behind, and we get underneath the busy road by going through a railroad tunnel. I guess they left them access, which is a good thing. Just reminded me, as a kid, we used to pick up these little pellets. I don't know if it was coke or slag, or I'm not sure what it was. We'd pick them up on the railroad tracks. And I talked to an old timer once, and he said during the Great Depression, they would walk along here and pick up bits of coal that fallen off the trains just to heat their houses, because, you know, there was no money around. But that's the way it was. Okay, onward. Nice babbling brook. Most people see progress. I see sit-down washrooms. You know, if it wasn't so early, I'd be all over that campsite. Thought occurred to me. Would that mean I'd be living on Skid Row? How pretty is that? The parkette there had a garbage can. I thought it was a perfect opportunity to get rid of some extra weight. And there was a couple looking at me, and they weren't sure if I was actually dropping things off or picking them up. I thought it was funny. Well, I don't know what kind of snake that is, but I ain't never been a big fan. I was talking to my dental assistant the other day, and she just hates them. So, Wanda, I almost stepped on this. In the Red Hills Trail section. You know, I'm used to driving by this thing on there. They have an expressway. I never realized how beautiful it is down here. It's quite the neat place. I'm glad they tried to preserve it as much as they could. Here we have a graffiti artist with principles, with respect. He made sure he stayed outside the Bruce Trails marker. What do you think of that? Well, I had enough for today. I had a lot of side trips. Long day for me. Hot and humid. Nice mosquito hatch. I put a small A-frame together for tonight. I don't know if we're going to get a little weather coming in. You can almost feel it. And I got some Cheetos, which I carried about, I don't know how many mollies, some from Stony Creek. So well deserved. Maybe I put some Professor Peterson on now that my house is in order. That's a joke for my daughter. And tomorrow, I guess we're gonna walk through Hamilton. I'm actually in between Hamilton right now. Okay, good night.